Hello, this is Pixie doing another video. It's kind of a life update, random stuff, because I do random stuff sometimes. Random's good, right? Yeah. Mirror. Yeah. Mirror is a bit high then. So sort of things I've learned about investment is that investments have their own mini little bull cycle. For a quality investment, if they do that, they can shoot up like an apex, back down. I think a lot of other investors will be turned off from investing in it again afterwards. Because of the way it looks. But I mean, people do reinvest, and it can go up again. But I think really, there's like a law of averages. Most likely it won't. And so, it's like 75% it won't do that again. And it may be comparing how much it can turn to its new all-time high, which could be half of what it was before. Or maybe it smashes it because of some catalyst. Something that sends it up a lot higher. And it's not always easy to predict them. And I think as an investor, you want to look at something that's solid, that's going to go up. But the thing is, the actual thing doesn't have to have anything special about it, particularly. I mean, I was watching a video, and it's basically slagging off certain projects because they can price manipulate, or are they just actually rolling out the same language and saying to people, this is the fastest blockchain in the West, or something mad, or whatever they're claiming, and in reality it's just performing okay, and if no one's really using it, it doesn't matter. It's a bit like they keep telling me to, you get these things about broadband speed, and the reality is the signal to your device and back again is at the speed of light, and everything else is to do with the process inside of it is something else. So your speeds may actually not matter at all, really. It depends on how many devices you've got and the demand they have for information and the servers and things. There's got other things behind the scenes that are impacting speed of service. And what you're being presented with is a lot of garbage. Like, this thing's going to be like brilliant for gaming and stuff. I mean, I got something that I've had for a while. I thought, well, maybe it's not fast enough to run games. And it is. I thought, okay. It is the fastest speed it can be. So I thought, well, that's not true then. They used to have stuff where they used to limit on data. Maybe, but also behind the scenes, they can mesh your Wi-Fi up and so on. I mean, it's a bit like smart meters and other things. You could manipulate how much you pay, because it's only as smart when you're looking for certain information for yourself, but in reality it serves more of a corporate entities or people gathering data. They gather data and then they sell that, like X amount of people in this area, their electric shoots up at this certain time. I mean, there used to be things where they used to say, everyone turned their TV on for this program, or they could figure out how much activity around these sorts of things, which is quite strange. It doesn't tell you an optimum time to use it, though. I mean, that would be better. That'd be a smart meter, actually it's cheap at this time of night, and because less people are using the grid or something, there's less demand on the grid. It depends. I mean, when things get integrated, so the smart meters of the future probably be like crypto things, like people get smart credits or get some e-credits or carbon credits, and it also means they can get this paid back, and it could be contributed to other devices, or depends how they're all run individually. Or maybe you get some vouchers for being greener. Get out the way. Thank you. You literally got out of the way then. Oh, no, I don't think you're going to turn. It might be wrong. Oh my luck, you're going to turn around the corner. So yeah, there's a whole future of change ahead potentially. I mean, the problem is it's not driven by the consumers. What we want, technology, is driven by the corporations and government and people that like to control us. Like, you could switch someone's electric off, or you could do other things behind the scenes, or you could fit spy type devices in it and be listening to their conversation. But then again, there's so many things that already do that with smartphones, some of these Google devices, TVs listening to me, can respond to voice commands, controllers, even my PS5 control. Yeah, I've got PS5. It's got a microphone in it that I can switch off, and that will switch it off to people playing the games. But it doesn't mean it switches it off to the network. Maybe because I pressed that button, they're now recording me, because why would they think I'm going to hide my conversation? My mirror seems high. There we go. You don't want to stare straight at cars, because sometimes you get the lights blaring into your eyes. Something weird I saw yesterday is this sort of random throws in. I saw this guy, and he was in an Islamic dress, wearing like he was going to pray sometimes, but he was also barefooted. And this was like 6 o'clock at night, and it's frosty outside, and I'm thinking, why hasn't he got any shoes on? And I thought, he hasn't even got any flip-flops or anything on. He's just walking on his bare feet. And then I saw him later, after I finished with a client, walking up the road. I was thinking, my goodness, I was almost going to offer him a lift. I say, mate, you've got no shoes on. Do you want a lift? Oh, yeah, lifts up the road. But, maybe it's something this person likes to practice. Maybe they're not a person at all. Maybe they're something else. It might be the jinn or something. Shapeshifter. If I let him into my car, it might be the last you see of me. He might have taken my identity or something. That would be a scary thing. And I'll be wandering the streets without any shoes on. People were saying, I think I've seen that guy. Yeah, some interesting things out on the internet. So I'd look at trying to boost up maybe some videos or something I need to do. Trying to get balance in my life, and long-term goals. I probably want to work part-time. So hopefully this bull run allows me to do that. And like as I was coming back to what I mentioned before, is that the tokenomics or the structure of the project doesn't necessarily have to matter. I mean, it just has to actually entice the investor with promises of a great whatever. I was investing in this project called Helium, and I've got these helium spot miners, and what they were supposed to do is communicate, share data, do stuff like that, and I haven't been paid anything from them, but the price of helium's gone up, so I'm thinking, why is it going up if actually but you don't get paid by running a network? It seems pointless now. I've got 2 devices that probably never ever paid the amount I bought them. I can't remember, I might have paid $450. Maybe. I mean, maybe I've probably got back £300 out of them or something. They're not exactly maybe loads and loads of money. Well, actually, yeah, because I think I took the money and put it to something else. So that might have done that. I made some money on Bonk, and then Bonk went up again, so I missed out on that opportunity. But I made £1,000. I put it in something else. But on the thumbnail on the thing, I'll show them what my current portfolio looks like. And also, like I say, when it comes to influencers and influencers or anything, take it with a pinch of salt. The more you overinvest, the more influence they have over your mind, and they might be telling you a load of porcupines, basically, a load of lies about stuff. They're just saying it for the sake of it, or they haven't got a clue. And another thing as well is the market does whatever it wants. So I mentioned there's like these micro bull markets within projects. So they go up and they go down, or bear markets, maybe some bad news hit and they drop right down. And somebody looks at that and says it's undervalued, and a catalyst might trigger it to go up in price. Maybe somebody heavily invests in it because they believe in it or they see something. And there's also like the keywords that people buy into, revenue shares, stuff like that. I mean, I've bought into all this stuff. And if it doesn't actually have revenue shares, or it's going to have revenue shares in the future, or you stake your money, so you've got to buy our product, lock it in so you can't touch it, and we will give you a percentage back based on other people's losses. That's how it really works. So there's a lot of gambling in that mixture. A lot of things that say they do things that don't do anything, and then there's some things that do things, and they're not really getting used that much because people don't care. People just invest to make money. They're not investing because they want to send money around the world to everyone or do something. Oh, bastard! What's that guy getting? Blocking off some cars. Well, I've got to get to where I've got to go, you know. That's the way it's about. So future aims, create an opportunity to work part-time, which kind of I wish I did before, which is, if I cashed out 195,000, like that was the highest I saw it to be. But unlikely I'll get all that money out like that. It'd probably start dropping really, really fast if I start taking. As soon as I take about 20 or 30,000, other people will be like freaking out and thinking, "Oh, it's dropping. I can see it's dropping. Let's get our money out quick." And so it'd be a bit of a battle between them and me. And if you try to take too much out at once, there's usually has what they call a price impact, and so you may lose money doing like 5% of what you're taking out, because it's like it's $5,000 or something, or it's 10 grand in one go. So you have to battle that. You have to battle the losses in that sense. But it depends how much profit you're up. And I was also thinking like the Illuminati symbol, where you got the top apex. I mean, they are the early investors. The other people are liquidity, and they're the ones that bitch about losing and gaining money, but they got in late, and they ended up fulfilling a role where they're fighting amongst each other. And if there suddenly is a massive pump, they might get the opportunity to cash out, but they're in this sort of fluctuation. They're not in the surge maybe of activity, and it's really difficult. I mean, we're chasing green candles. They all say it's a bad move as well. I mean, I do it sometimes. What I do is I look at the market cap and the activity. So it's pumping hard. The market cap's low. I'm thinking people will look at the market cap and think, "Oh, it's below 1 million." See the price increase and throw money into it. And then it's going to find some consolidation zone. That's the kind of mindset. So you're thinking, well, I could double my money, sit on it, and it's hopefully we'll have another rally like that. Or I just monitor it, see how much I profit by it, and then I'll cash out. So anything else going on? Not really. Just like I say, work. Desire to work less, so I can be a bit more supportive both my parents. I can focus on myself, health and whatever else. Another thing I started doing, because I don't take enough holidays, and they are my entitlements, so I'm going to start booking all out. Mark them in a diary, and then set up what I'm going to do in them time off. So, like, I might take off a week and do a bit of dieting or fasting, because I haven't really done that for a while. But for both companies, just set it up for the whole year. Just take the holidays off now, before I need them. Only thing is, I can always cancel a holiday and retake it, so it's not an issue if it's like in the future and I need some extra time off, or even just take time off anyway and just use my other money possibly, or whatever I saved up. Anyways, peace on off. Have a great one. Speak soon. Bye.